In a vast and beautiful land, where the sun was warm and the earth was red, there lived a great warrior named Kamau. Kamau was known far and wide across the villages and savannas. He was strong like a lion, wise like an elder, and brave like the great elephants that roamed the plains. He had saved his people many times from dangers that lurked in the forests and rivers, from wild animals, fierce enemies, and the harsh storms that sometimes came without warning. The people loved Kamau. They sang songs about his bravery and told stories about his battles. Children dreamed of growing up to be like him, and the elders trusted him to keep them safe. Kamau had a deep love for his people and a strong sense of duty to protect them. But deep inside his heart, there was something else, a small seed of pride. It was not the kind of pride that made him boast or show off, but a quiet belief that he alone could keep everyone safe, that he alone had the power to fight the evils of the world. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for our new upload. Thank you. Now let's continue. One day, news spread through the villages about a powerful and mysterious woman named Nia, who lived deep in the dark forest. Nia was said to be a sorceress, a woman who could talk to the spirits, command the winds, and bring rain or drought with a whisper. Her beauty was said to be beyond compare, but her heart was filled with darkness. People feared her, for they believed she could curse crops, call forth wild beasts, and even make the strongest warriors lose their minds. The chiefs of the villages gathered and spoke of the dangers Nia could bring. They knew they needed to stop her before her power spread and harmed the land. People turned to Kamau, their great warrior, asking him to confront Nia and end her dark magic. Kamau listened to the chiefs and the people, his heart heavy with their worries. He knew this would be a dangerous task, but he also believed that he was the only one who could defeat Nia. He had faced many dangers before and had always come out victorious. So, with his mighty spear and his trusted shield, Kamau set off into the forest alone, determined to protect his people once more. The forest was thick and dark, with tall trees that blocked out the sun. The air was heavy with the smell of wet earth and the sounds of strange animals. As Kamau walked deeper into the forest, he heard the whispers of spirits and the rustling of leaves. But he was not afraid. He knew the forest well and trusted in his strength. For days, Kamau traveled through the forest, following the signs that led him to Nia's hidden home. Crossed rivers, climbed hills, and fought off wild animals that tried to stop him. Finally, he reached a clearing where a small hut stood, surrounded by tall, twisted trees. The air around the hut was thick with magic, and the ground seemed to pulse with energy. Kamau stepped into the clearing, spear ready, eyes focused. And there, standing before the hut, was Nia. She was as beautiful as the stories said, with skin the color of rich mahogany and eyes that shone like the stars. Her hair was long and black, falling in waves down her back, and she wore a dress made of colorful beads and feathers that seemed to shimmer in the dim light. "Welcome, Kamau," Nia said, her voice soft and smooth like the flowing river. "I have been expecting you." Kamau tightened his grip on his spear, but something in Nia's voice made him hesitate. There was no fear in her eyes, no anger, only calm and knowing. "I have come to stop you, Nia," Kamau said, his voice strong. "Your magic brings fear and harm to my people. I cannot allow it to continue." Nia smiled, a small sad smile. "And you believe you can stop me, alone?" Kamau nodded, his heart steady. "I have faced many dangers, many enemies. I am the protector of my people, and I will not let them suffer." Nia's eyes softened, and she stepped closer, her movements graceful and slow. "You are strong, Kamau, stronger than any other. But even the mightiest tree cannot stand against the storm if its roots are weak." Kamau frowned, not understanding her words. "I am not weak," he said firmly. "I am strong, and I will fight you if I must." Nia looked at him for a long moment, then sighed. "You have great strength, Kamau, but your pride has blinded you. You believe you are the only one who can protect your people, only one who can fight. Even the strongest warriors need help, need others by their side." Kamau felt a flicker of doubt in his heart. He pushed it away. "I have never needed help before, and I will not need it now." With a sad smile, Nia lifted her hands and began to chant softly, her voice like the wind through the trees. Ground beneath Kamau's feet began to tremble, and the air grew cold. He raised his spear, ready to fight. Before he could strike, earth beneath him opened up, and thick roots shot out of the ground, wrapping around his legs, pulling him down. Kamau struggled, using all his strength to free himself. But the roots were too strong, too tight. He tried to break them with his spear, but it slipped from his grasp and fell to the ground, just out of reach. Panic began to rise in his chest as he realized that he was trapped, unable to move, unable to fight. Nia stepped closer, her eyes filled with sorrow. "You are brave, Kamau, and your heart is true. But your pride has led you here, alone, where no one can help you. Even the strongest warriors can fall when they fight alone." Kamau's heart pounded in his chest as he struggled against the roots, his mind racing. He had always believed in his strength, always believed that he could face any challenge. But now, as he lay trapped and powerless, he realized that Nia was right. His pride had made him blind, made him believe that he was invincible. And now, because of that pride, he had failed. With a deep sigh, Kamau stopped struggling. He looked up at Nia, his eyes filled with regret. "I was wrong," he said softly. "I thought I could do this alone, but I see now that I cannot." Nia knelt beside him, her hand gentle as she touched his shoulder. "It is not too late, Kamau. You can still learn, still grow, but you must let go of your pride and accept that you cannot do everything alone." Kamau closed his eyes, his heart heavy with the weight of his mistake. He had always believed that he was strong enough, wise enough to protect his people by himself. But now, he understood that true strength was not just about fighting, not just about being brave. It was also about knowing when to ask for help, when to rely on others. As he lay there, the roots slowly began to loosen, and Kamau felt his strength returning. He opened his eyes and saw Nia standing above him, her hand outstretched. He hesitated for a moment, then took her hand and allowed her to help him to his feet. "Go back to your people, Kamau," Nia said softly. "Tell them what you have learned. And when the time comes, fight not alone, but with others by your side." Kamau nodded, his heart filled with a new understanding. He picked up his spear and shield, feeling their weight in his hands. But this time, he did not feel the need to carry them alone. He knew now that there was strength in unity, in standing together. He turned and began the long journey back to his village, his steps sure and steady. Forest seemed less dark, less threatening now. The whispers of the spirits were calm and soothing. As he walked, Kamau thought about the lessons he had learned. He knew that he would never forget them. When he finally reached his village, the people rushed to meet him, their faces filled with relief and joy. They asked him if he had defeated Nia, if the danger was gone. Kamau looked at them, at the faces of his friends, his family, his people, and he smiled. "I did not defeat her," he said, his voice clear and strong. "But I have learned that we are stronger together than we are alone. We must work together, help each other, and stand as one. That is how we will protect our land and our people." The people listened, and they understood. They saw the truth in Kamau's words, and knew that he had returned not just as a warrior, but as a wiser man. And from that day on, the village was not only protected, Kamau's strengthening, but also by the unity and cooperation of all its people. And so Kamau's name became even greater, not just for his battles, but for the wisdom he brought to his people. He continued to protect them, but now he did so with others by his side, knowing that together they could face any challenge. And as the years passed, the story of Kamau and the sorceress Nia was told to every child in the village, not just as a tale of bravery, but as a lesson in the power of humility and the strength that comes from standing together. Thank you for watching, but please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. See you in the next video.